Hey, sitting here listening to the news reports and stuff about LeBron and stuff, which is, he may be hurt. I don't know, but then again, he just might be sore, and he might have strained it a little bit, and he might not play tomorrow. And if he doesn't play tomorrow, the next day he might be totally fine. It could have just been a scare because it's it's kind of like if you ever hurt yourself, you know the way it feels. And so if you get kind of that same feeling, it might not be the exact same feeling, but it might feel the same way at that point in time because you felt it before. And then you might just, say, okay, that might be it. So let's go look at it. Let's go test it out. And that's what they're doing. And we'll find out, I guess. But we lost. We could have won that. We missed a lot of open shots. A lot of turnovers, a lot of free throws we missed. I think there was like 10 free throws. Comparably to some other teams and other, games, it's not a lot, but especially for the people that missed the free throws, for them it was a lot. But yeah, other than that, I slept all day. Well, not all day, but I got to bed I think around 10, and then I woke up periodically throughout the day, but I think it was like 3 or 4 times. But it's good, It's good to get a little bit more sleep. I can't say, how productive I am at work until I actually start working because I don't know. Because number one, like my body is sore, hurting, or whatever when I first wake up, so I'm slowly getting into, back into what I'm supposed to be doing if I'm working that night. So it's stretching, it's doing this and that, it's all that stuff. So it's kind of hard for me to, even if I wanted to like get overtime, it's kind of hard for me to just come in because not all the time am I feeling the best. As soon as I wake up, and if it takes me a while to get ready or get physically ready, because mentally I'm there, I'm like, I got this, but physically it doesn't work like that. So I got to work myself up there. Sometimes I need to like do sets and reps and even if it hurts, I was like, okay, well, I got to stop for a sec, go back at it. But even then, the only time that I know that I won't be able to go to work is if it's too painful for me to get out of bed, or if I can get out of bed. That's happened a couple times. It really sucks. So when that does happen, I'm just basically just laying there anyways, just trying to stretch, and then I'll be laying there all day. Of course, I can't lay in the same spot. It really hurts to lay on my belly. I've tried that when I was really injured. It doesn't feel great, but I do what I got to do, especially when you're hurt. But I know that right now, since I'm not into that, I'm not going through that right now. I don't really go back into like thinking like how I felt and all that stuff back then, because that's done and over with, and I kind of always think about, okay, well, this is how I'm feeling now. What do I want to do, or how do I want to feel? Of course, I want to feel better, but like how the areas that I need work in, that need to feel better, how do I want to gradually get them better? Because it doesn't work automatically that you feel better. Sometimes it is stretching, and this is just a lot of learning, going through physical therapy, but a lot of stretching, a lot of weight resistance or whatever to get the muscles built up in there before you can actually just keep doing certain activities. It's like even me right now, the last couple weekends, I really haven't been able to like go out back and run around and shoot. Like, it sucks. I'm just not. I'm just going out there shooting and half jogging to a ball if it gets out of my way so it doesn't go in the street. But other than that, like, I don't do, and I'm not able to do any physical activity more than that, or else I really feel really bad discomfort in my back, and I can't, go through that and then come to work, because, it just doesn't make for great productivity, to be honest. And you could probably ask any employer, they'll probably tell you most of them do not care how you're feeling, because you shouldn't be doing things that'll hurt you to not be able to do your job. You know what I mean? So I kind of keep most things limited at home, and like even throwing a football kind of sucks. My kids have to ask me, it's like, hey Dad, can you throw a football? And I'm like, yeah. And like, how much you got in yet? And I'm like, well, I don't know yet. I don't know. I gauge it, and okay, I got maybe about 30 throws, and I'll keep going. And because I know my body, and I'm not in the greatest shape, and it's not like it's not something that I don't work on. That's not the case at all. I mean, you could ask anyone I know of, but it's just the fact that my body does not want to work with me. But I don't quit. I don't stop. And I think even until I get really, really old and things really, really get bad body-wise, if it doesn't get taken care of, I'll still be doing the same thing. Well, at least trying to be doing the same thing. I don't see myself straying away from basketball, because that right there, the activity of basketball in itself creates a lot of range and motion where you wouldn't normally get with a lot of things that you do on a normal basis, like say even washing dishes. Like, you get certain things, right? But you don't get everywhere. Your arms aren't going everywhere. Your body isn't contorting in different positions. It's just different. So I think even if I'm not running, even if I'm going through really slow motions of basketball moves, even dribbling and stuff like that, for me it's still exercise. For me it still really, really helps to get my body more fit than what it was, and to help strengthen my lower abdomen, my lower back, my sides, my arms, my legs, my quads, all those areas, because number one, I just need it. Number two, my body needs it, because I'm just not in the greatest shape, and number three, my work needs it. Of course, I have to work. For my kids need it. My kids need to know that I'm available to them, and maybe even if it isn't all the time, they know. I keep them straight. I have to, like, I don't want them guessing or thinking that I don't care or don't love them or anything like that. So I don't want to create any golden opportunities for me to let them know of what's going on with me and us and everything else in my life. Like, my kids will come and say, so what's going on with you, Dad? Oh, what'd you do today? Like, even if I went to work and they know what I did, but other than that, like, maybe I did something else and they're just bored and they want to ask, like, sometimes it's like, I didn't do nothing. And that's just what it is. But for the most part, it's like giving them the news, and it's the news according to you, because they learn how they learn because of their minds, and we learn how we learn because we do it through experience also. Anyways, I'm gonna get going. Time for me to go. Peace out.